Heal your inner child, heal your relationship with food. I'm Sherri and I'm a registered dietitian. I help women transform their relationship with food and ultimately lose weight. So if you think your relationship with food it's a bit off and you aren't sure what to do about it, or perhaps you don't even know how it got off track, then this video is going to be for you. I'm going to lead you through an exercise, 3 questions, so that you can start your journey towards healing and lasting change. So if you're up for it, let's go. Food should not control you. You should be able to eat whatever you want, whenever you want it, and stop whenever you want. It shouldn't take up a significant amount of headspace or time on your calendar. And what you just ate, it shouldn't make you feel ashamed, guilty, or like you're a bad person. Food, it also shouldn't be a coping mechanism. You should never feel like you don't know how you would cope if you didn't eat a certain food. You shouldn't feel out of control or powerless around food. So if you experience any of these feelings, your relationship with food, it needs some attention. To get to the root of the problem so that healing can begin, do this exercise with me. I want you to think back to your childhood, let's say roughly from birth to whenever you started living elsewhere, maybe age 18. And I want you to first start with a list of the tragic events or traumas that you suffered. These things are the big things that stick out to you immediately. And then you're going to add to that list maybe any significant events. You might not call them trauma, but you do feel it impacted you at the time in a significant way. These could be things like a move to a new city, the death of a family pet, or something like your older sibling was constantly fighting with your parents. They can be one-time events like a house fire, or they can be ongoing events like having an over-controlling or overbearing parent. Next, look at your list and add to it, what are the needs that I had as a child that were not met? Was your opinion heard and valued? Were your parents emotionally and physically available to you? Did you feel loved? Did you feel safe and protected? Spend some time here. One thing that will help is if you close your eyes and picture yourself as a child. See yourself in your childhood home. See yourself at your elementary school. Is that person happy? Is she confident? Is she fearful? Is she shy? Ask yourself why she felt these things and jot them down. And once you have this list, you're next going to ask yourself, how did I cope or deal with these things? Let me give you one example. Maybe you had a dad who traveled all the time for work and you really only saw him on weekends. And the absence of your dad, it made you feel sad. It made you feel disconnected from your father. And it even made you wonder, does he really love me because he spends so much time away? So then ask yourself how you coped. Maybe you coped by seeking his attention and acceptance by trying to be perfect. You thought maybe awards and accolades would please him, would make him love you, and then he would want to spend more time with you. So that was how you coped. Your inner child had feelings, and they cope with those feelings in some way. Think about how that looked for you. And when you have that down, go to step 3, which is to think about food. Was food part of how you coped? Kids can use food to comfort themselves. They can use food to gain control when they really feel their lives are out of their control. They can use it to rebel against parents. They can use it to distract themselves from painful emotions they don't want to think about. In all these cases, it's about the food. But sometimes food is just the vessel to make themselves overweight. And you think, well, why would a child want to be overweight? Well, they may want to be able to defend themselves against an abusive parent or a bully at school, so the weight helps. They may want to use their weight that build walls that keeps people away from them. They may use their weight as an excuse that allows them to set low expectations for themselves. Being overweight may be the only way they get attention from their parents. So take some time and think about when you started using food. What was going on in your life? And how did the food make it better? Because I guarantee you it did. This is inner child work. So if you want to heal your relationship with food, the exercise I just walked you through is a great start. Go back and slowly go through these questions. While you do that, have some compassion for your inner child. Children do what they need to do to survive with the resources that they have. And since our resources, both physically and mentally, are very lacking when we're young, it's no wonder many of us have turned to food to help us cope. To learn how I work with women to heal their relationship with food, you can visit my website. There's a link in the description, or you can check it out at sherriclarknutrition.com. If you want to watch more of my videos, feel free to do that on my YouTube channel. Till next time, thanks for watching and stay healthy.